Shalom, Yashala Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of Yashala. Call Elohim Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Harakah Kwadash for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwathium that's keeping the faith in the works. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. Right, more precepts. In today's time and with the climate of the world, we need to make sure that we stay focused on the prize, man. Stay focused on the goal and stay focused on the race. Right, maintain your pace, man. If you can pick up, pick up. If you got a steady stroller, but maintain your pace in this race. Endure until the end, man. All right, so let me see. We're gonna start off in the book of Mark. All right, because the Most High gives and He takes away. So if you don't maintain yourself in this walk, the Most High can easily choose another. Right? So we want to be sure that we're doing whatever we can to maintain. Let me see. This is the book of Mark, chapter 4, and verse 25. It says, "For he that hath, to him shall be given, and he that hath not, from him shall be taken even that which he hath." Right? Because the Most High giveth, and the Most High taketh away. Don't think just because you got the knowledge of the truth today that you can have it tomorrow and you take it for granted. Right? You walk around with your head extra high like you above somebody when you really not. All of us are really in the same boat. We just trying to get to the end. Right, this really it's supposed to be an encouraging video. Most High willing, you take it that way. Right? But if you can't focus on maintaining your stride, then take this as a warning to get yourself together. Lest the Most High show you He's the Most High. Right? And not the way you want Him to. Right? Let me see. Let me see. Salat, 1 second. Okay. So, one main way to focus is to make sure that your mind stay occupied on righteous things. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one of the wiles of the devil that we really have to battle with because of, the different spirits that this devil has released in the air. Right? The different TV shows, media outlets, whether it be internet or whether it be music or talk shows, whatever, man. Only thing you see on this devil's airwaves is negative. And you really have to have a spiritual mind to see the righteous within the negative. Let me see. 1 second. Let me see. Wisdom of Solomon 12:1, it says, "For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things." So watch everything with a spiritual eye, and you can get what you can get out of it. But for the most part, man, this devil has released nothing but wickedness on this earth. Right? And it occupies our minds, especially if we come from that state of being and are trying to enter into our righteous self. Right, so you have to keep your thoughts in check. Got to keep your mind in check. Right, so this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 9. It says, "The way of the wicked is an abomination unto Yahweh, but He loveth him that followeth after righteousness." Right, so that's one main way to maintain your stride, and it's true. Follow after righteousness in all things that you occupy your time with. Even if you're just watching TV, make sure you watch it with a spiritual eye. Be able to point out the negatives. Be able to relate those to scriptures as it pertains to your enemy and the characteristics of your enemy. Right? All of these are a defense mechanism. Right? Like it says in Ephesians 6, put on the whole armor. You have to have that spiritual armor on to deflect from the wiles of the devil. Right? Let me see. Go to the book of Sirach, which is Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 39 and verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Right? Occupied in prophecies. Keep your mind on spiritual things. Keep your mind on the spirit at all times, because the spirit is in all things. You just have to recognize it. It's called discernment. And the Most High blesses his people that seek after him with discernment, whether it be discernment of self, right? Discernment of individuals that's around you, discernment as it pertains to things that you watch, things that you hear. Right? You're not just occupying space, you're paying attention. And you're able to relate those things to the spiritual matters of our walk. Right? Let me see. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 25. It says, I applied mine heart to know. Your heart is your mind. Right? To apply means to put forth effort. Right? It ain't just gonna come falling in your lap by you sitting down watching whatever it is you watching for entertainment purposes only. You have to apply your mind to know. It says, and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even the foolishness and madness. So you know both sides of this thing. That's how you can become a true judge, man. And that's also how you continue to endure. Always seek knowledge. Don't think you can get to a point to where you just on some, well, I know it, I'm good, I'm straight, I know it. Right? I can kick my feet up and chill. Now I ain't saying there's zero space for chilling, right? Because hey man, them curses say we gonna have it hard on this earth. When you go to your job, you got to deal with something. Every time you walk out the door, you got to deal with something. Some of us dealing with something 24/7, in-house, out-house, wherever. So you need to rest. You need to chill. Right? But always stay spiritual, man. Even while you chilling, hey, shoot prayers up. Scripture tell us to pray without ceasing. Right? Meditate on scriptures, man. Right? Ask yourself, are you doing what the Most High wants you to do at this moment? These are the things that your mind are supposed to constantly be on. That's what keeps you focused. Right? Let's see. We go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 14. Real sweet, short, and to the point. It says, he was made to reprove our thoughts. He was made to reprove our thoughts. So if you keep your mind on him, your thoughts will always be reproved. Right? Get thee behind me, Satan. Yalak hashatan. Right? Move, Satan. When them thoughts hit your head, you have to rebuke those things. Right? That's what the Messiah did when he was tempted. He rebuked it. He rebuked it with script. That's how we have to do. Right? Now, all of this is a portion of maintaining focus. Right? It's a strong portion as well. But you know what I'm saying, the other side of the portion would of course be works. Make sure you're occupied in spiritual works. Right? Putting together lesson plans. Um, whatever it is you're gonna do, or whatever it is you do to put your place in the kingdom, continue to do so. Right? So, hold on, Salah. Sirach chapter 23. Sirach 23 and verse 2 says, "Who will set scourges over my thoughts, and the discipline of wisdom over mine heart?" Your heart is your mind. So to maintain your mind is a discipline. It's an art. You have to know the art form to discipline your mind. A major form of discipline, keeping your mind disciplined, is to meditate on righteous things. Right? Give your mind to the law and meditate thereof. Right? It says that they spare me not for mine ignorances, and it pass not by my sins. To keep yourself in check. All right. Let me see. Go to the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 4. Let's see. It says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through power to the pulling down of strongholds." All right? The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through power to the pulling down of strongholds. All right? It says, "Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of power, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach." Casting down imaginations, man, through the Most High, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, to the pulling down of those strongholds that's keeping you back from being the best you that you can be, which is a totally spiritually motivated individual. You have zero to do with this world. It's all spiritual. But that's a journey that you have to make. That's something you have to work for. It's hard work in this world, in this captivity. But it can be done. The Messiah wouldn't have commanded us to do so if it was impossible. Matthew 5:48, "Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect." All right? Let me see. Go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 23. "Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life." Right? You have to keep your thoughts, keep your mind all focused on spiritual things with diligence. Even though you're going through life issues, and when you go through these issues, they weigh heavy on your mind, and sometimes it get hard to shake those things off, but you always have to resort to your spiritual power at the end of the day, because we all go through those things, man. We all go through those things. It be times where you got to remind yourself, hey, hold up. Okay, I'm going through this. This ain't nothing but the Father. He taking me through this, right? The Most High is the author of everything righteous, right? He controls good and evil, right? So us knowing that, This is just a trial. Let me trust in the Father so I can get out of this thing. While I'm in this thing, I also need to be getting the lesson out of it. Because while I'm going through this thing, I'm searching the scriptures. I'm meditating on the laws. I'm keeping my mind with all diligence in the discipline of the law. All right? You ain't saying you're not going to go through some stuff. Of course you're going to go through things. But you have to exercise the discipline of your mind. All right? Let me see. This is a psalm, which is more so like a prayer for real. That I used to say in church all the time before they would release us. We would have to say this, right? And that's how I really remember this. The Most High been dealing with me, man. That's why my name is Abaya, right? Abaya means Yahweh is my father. Abba is father. The name of the Most High is Yahweh, right? I believe if you go to Psalm 68:3, it says, exalt him by his name, Yah, right? And if you look at our history, like on the slave manifest, you would see Yah in a lot of names of those slaves. It's because scripture says that his people carry his name. All right, that's one of the main reasons why when we got over here on the slave ships, they took everything away from us, including our names, because it meant something. Right? But let me see. The Most High been dealing with me even when I was in the world, man. All praise to the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Ba'Shem Harakah Kodash. Right? It says, Psalm 19:14, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Yahweh, my strength and my redeemer. I didn't understand the power of those words then. I just knew when those words came up, that meant church was over with. But now I get it. I get it now. Right? That the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart, what my mind thinks of, how I rebuke wicked thoughts, how I meditate on the kingdom to come, how I meditate on how to help my people. Right? What kind of words are in this book that I need to know to help me and my people endure until the end? Say, let that be acceptable in thy sight, O Yahweh, not O man, not O me, but O Yahweh, my strength and my redeemer. These are the tools that you need to endure. Focus. All right? Let me see. Go to the book of Ephesians. I'm going to have to make this a bit quick because this phone's steadily going down. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 17 says, and take the helmet of salvation. Where does a helmet go? Over your head. Keep thoughts on the kingdom and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of power. All right? Ephesians 6 speaking about the armor of the Most High. We have to keep those things on so that we can endure unto the end and be saved. Right? So we get one more script, one more precept, and Most High willing, and that'll be it. It's the book of Philippians, chapter 4 and verse 8. Says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. That's what you keep your mind occupied on. Keep your mind occupied on one day we're going to be out of here. Keep your mind occupied on one of these days, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai coming, and the whole world going to bow down. So it won't have to be no more protests or marches. Won't have to be no more police or no governments ruling over us outside of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. One of these days, that will manifest and want to be a glorious one, right? So Most High willing, these precepts in this video were edifying. Call Haloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Harakako Kodash Shalom Yashala Shalom. Stay focused, man. Stay focused. All right? And keep running your race. Maintain your stride. Kwam Yashala. Shalom.